So we're setting large character boulders on the job site today. We brought in some heavy machinery, which means I gotta talk to you about safety for a couple of minutes. I don't wanna bore you to death with this stuff, but the things that I'm gonna teach you today might save you a serious hospital visit, might even save a couple digits on your hand. So the first thing we're gonna talk about is hard hat, because it's mandatory on my job sites. When heavy machinery is there, you're gonna be wearing a hard hat. Now, the common thing that everyone says to me is, well, if a rock big enough to crush you falls on your head, that's not really gonna help. But that's not what the hard hat's for. Oftentimes you'll have the machinery hanging above you if you're using chains or straps, or sometimes a small rock will be trapped in there somewhere as you're picking up big rocks. You know, a small little baseball sized rock falls from above and hits you on the head. Even if you're wearing a ball cap, it's gonna do some damage. Now, another thing I want you to consider when you're wearing a hard hat, if you're working under the machinery and you're concentrating and you're focused on setting a waterfall stone, sometimes you might stand up real fast or turn to go grab a tool, and if you hit your head on this machinery, it's gonna do some damage, split you wide open. You're gonna be headed to the hospital for some stitches. Now I wanna talk to you about I have a contractor buddy of mine. He ran into one of these one time, just turned real quick, boom, hit it, went to the ground, 3 minutes unconscious. He wakes up, now he has neck problems, now it's affecting his thyroid. It's a serious injury if you don't have a hard hat. If he had a hard hat on and he hit this, he probably would have just been dizzy for a second and went right back to work. So hard hat, mandatory on my job site. So I'm dealing with a lot of homeowners across the states that are doing big projects on their own, and that's why I'm taking the time to show you some of these other safety tricks. When you're doing large stones like this, you wanna see, I'm gonna show you a choke hold today. And we have a special strap right here, it's certified, and it talks about the weight that the choke hold can handle and so forth. So this is the top of my stone. So I wanna place this knot right there in the top in the center. So if this is my center of the top of rock, that's where I wanna be. And then I'll bring my other side of the strap through. And then that's been choked right there. So that's my choke hold. When the crane lifts this up, this will tighten up. I'll hit this with a rubber mallet and it'll be nice and tight. So there's the standard choke hold. And now I can move it around, position it where I want it. And a safety tip I want to give you right here, if you want to push it one way or the other, you're going to be holding high like this. You want your hands above here. We don't ever want our hands in between the strap here. So a lot of times I'll see guys grab here and pull and try and get this thing into position. The problem with that is if the machine moves forward a little bit and there's some kind of jerk, that this strap can tighten, and if your hand is caught between right in this area, your hand can get pinched in there. A really good friend of mine got pinched there. He got really lucky. He didn't lose any fingers or anything, but he's heard me tell my guys 1,000 times to keep their hands out of this area. That's the no zone. Now, so if you want to do it, you're going to be pulling from here. Now this strap is a certified strap, and it's showing a little bit of wear, but it's just dirty more than anything. A lot of times people go, how old is that strap? But if you start to see some fraying in the middle, there's a red fiber in the middle of this. And if you see the red fiber, the trick of the trade is if you see red, you could be dead. So that's when you change the strap out. So we're dealing with a lot of homeowners across the states that are setting larger rocks and using machinery to get their ponds done bigger and better. And that's why I'm taking the time to show you guys some safety tricks on using some heavy equipment. The next step is we're going to talk about hand signals, because you want to be able to communicate with the operator and tell him where you want this rock. Sometimes he can't hear you. The important thing I want you to know is if you have two guys on a big rock like that, one person is communicating with the operator to avoid confusion. Two guys communicating could lead to injury. Now, once I'm getting ready to move this rock, I want to make sure I have visual contact with the operator. Once I have visual contact, I can do everything with the hands, and I can tell him what I want to do while I'm setting this rock, and I'll go through the steps with you. The steps we use for our crew, they're real simple. Other crews might use different things, but this is how we do it. If I tell them I want it up, it's up. Super simple. If I want it that way, I point that way, and he's gonna take it that way. If I want him to slow down, I'll do like a pinching like this, like, hey, let's go slow, let's go a little bit at a time. That's how I want it. And then I can tell him to stop. I just do a fist hold like this. If I want to come back the other way, I'll just point in that other direction. He'll take it in that direction. If I want him to stop, fist hold. Want to go up, simple. I take him up, I can swirl it like this, let's go up. I can slow him down going up because he might hit the top of a tree or something. I hold him right there. I can take him back down like this. Take him down. Pinch it when I want to slow down. Give him the fist hold when I'm where I want to be. So that's a real simple, and if you follow those steps, you're gonna have a nice, safe project. Nobody likes to talk about safety until, of course, somebody gets hurt. So I'm glad you took the opportunity to learn some of the techniques we use on our construction site to protect ourselves when using heavy equipment. So use those safety tips and tricks and have a safe pond build.